can just throw it up there.
Stress. You deal with it, I deal with it, we all deal with it. Whether it's at work, home, school, it's inevitable. Studies at Harvard Health show that high levels of stress can lead to brain changes such as addiction, anxiety, and depression. Not only that, but also physical body changes such as high blood pressure and even blood clots. Our survey at Fresno City College showed that over 75% of the people dealt with these types of issues and they had no solution to it, which is why we, Harmony Herbal, stepped up. Hi, my name is the CEO. Hi, my name is the CEO.
Hi, I'm Olivia, the secretary. Hi, I'm Sarai, I'm the secretary.
I'm Max, the CTO.
I'm Wyatt, the CMO.
I'm David, the CFO.
And this is our solution. Our solution is a simple brewed tea. It's a simple brewed tea with all natural ingredients. Those ingredients being raw honey, cinnamon sticks, apples, and ashwagandha. Now, if you don't know what ashwagandha is, it's a herb known to reduce stress. It targets the cortisol in the brain, and it even helps you sleep better. Here, that what's presented right now, we have our product. Here we have the hibiscus one. It has ashwagandha, strawberries, hibiscus, and honey. Here we have our apple cinnamon one. It also has apples, cinnamon, honey, and ashwagandha in each of them.
Our tea is an all-natural based tea with no added sugars or unnatural preservatives. We also include 1 milliliter of ashwagandha, which is the recommended amount that you should take. Overall, our tea provides you a better mind and better function.
So unlike our competitions, we include ashwagandha that helps support stress relief and well-being. We also include all natural ingredients, unlike these businesses that use like artificial ingredients. We also try to provide the functional benefits.
Our product market fit. So our first prototype was on October 9th, 2025. We noticed that people really want to try it because we were the only business at the time to have a prototype that you can actually drink and try. And to begin with, on that prototype, we noticed that people didn't like it much. They didn't like it much because we used ashwagandha powder, and that really altered the taste to the actual drink. People said that it was chalky, and at the time it was also peach as well, and they couldn't really taste the peach. So then we pivoted in our MVP pitch where we switched our prototype entirely. We switched from using ashwagandha powder to ashwagandha liquid extract. And we did our MVP pitch on December 17, 2025. And the judges there, they really liked the tea. They liked how it was all natural. They liked how there's actual benefits to it. They liked how it actually tasted really, really good. Some people said that it tastes like a warm apple pie. And they were wondering for us to have more flavors and more variety of drinks. And now, in March 3rd, 2025, we had our first sales. We've so far made $320 in our sales. And people tend to come back to us and asking for more. They love the drinks. And we give discounts to people who already bought before. And so it tends them to come back more and more. But we'd like to experiment more with our products. We want to make more flavors. We want to also make sure the duration, considering that they're fresh fruits, we want to make sure the duration lasts longer. So we also want to keep experimenting with that as well.
This is our pricing validation. It costs us $1.40 to make one 12-ounce bottle, and we'd be selling it for $6. And we believe people would buy our product because they're getting something real and beneficial that's made with all natural ingredients.
Our cost of goods sold, our apples are 38 cents, our cinnamon sticks are 5 cents, our ashwagandha is 20 cents, our honey is 10 cents, our bottle is 30 cents, and our labor is 37 cents. Our whole gross margin is 76.67, and our profit is $4.60.
For our first year will be direct to consumer. We will introduce our product, we will perfect our teas, we will sell online, and we'll connect on Instagram and TikTok. For our second year, we would like to start selling on Amazon. We will improve our packaging, and we will start contacting more businesses so we get our product. And for our third year, we would like to be wholesale, meaning we will start selling on healthy stores, markets, and try to go more nationally around the community.
Here's our customer segment. This is Juan Hernandez. He's a 26-year-old cashier who's also a college student who frequently juggles with work and school. He chooses our drink at Harmony Herbal because it keeps him relaxed and balanced through the day without having to rely on harsh chemicals to push him through. So this is our customer relations. How we'll get people to come through are through surveys, pop-up stands, and samples, which followed by our social media accounts, which will keep us updated on our products. We'll have seasonal flavors like apple cinnamon and gift cards and memberships to keep people coming through. And to grow from there, we'll have incentive programs. Say you, a family member, refer to somebody else, you'll get a discount on your next purchase. And we'll also have first-time buyer bundles, which will include a variety of our teas.
Our customer distribution, right now we do direct to consumer, but we would like to do stands at farmers markets and also sell our product to whole food marketplaces like Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Sprouts. But of course, as we expand more, we'll want to sell them at Walmart, Costco, Winco, etc.
Some of the key metrics we have is that we like to attend 10 or more pop-up events, such as farmers markets. We like to have 100 or more people sign up to our newsletter through our website, and we also like to have 1,000 followers across all social media platforms. This is our Tam Sam and Sam. Our total addressable market is the full demand in the USA, which is 14.6 million units at a revenue around $87 million. This is our serviceable addressable market, which for us is what we can achieve in the future. And it's California, and we'd be selling 1.75 million units, around $10 million. And then our serviceable obtainable market is what we can realistically achieve right now in the Central Valley at a 6% conversion rate. We'd be selling 105,000 units sold at $630,000 revenue.
This is our startup cost. It would cost us $104,000 to start up our company. $44,000 would go into plant, property, and equipment. $44,000 would go into startup inventory. $6,000 would go into administrative costs, and $10,000 would go into development costs.
Our SG&A shows that our administrative costs will be $97,000, our salary will be $300,000, our website will be $22,000, and our marketing costs will be $50,000.
For our investor ask, it's $120,000 for 15% of our company. But we'd be using the money for refrigerators, labels, and basic packaging. And we also like to use it to have a workspace to make all of our teas.
As shown below, we have our company phone number and email for further contact, our Instagram page to keep you updated on further products. Here at Harmony Herbal, we prefer flavor and function. Thank you for your time.
Well, very strong beginning. I am a huge fan of ashwagandha. So I love that you guys started off with the problem straight out. It was dramatic, which was so good because, I mean, it's true. We've all experienced stress. That's something that a lot of people can relate to. The branding was on point. I'm a huge fan of your guys' the cinnamon tea. Yeah, I'm actually a returning customer every time you offer some. And on the ashwagandha part, thank you for educating. Some of us maybe don't know what ashwagandha is, but it was good that you were able to educate us on the ingredients and why you chose certain ingredients. The only thing I would say is maybe adding a QR code to the landing page here at the end, just so we can get some more information about when the next sale is. You guys all did such a great job in projecting your voice, enthusiasm, and everything. That's great.
I do appreciate that I can hear everyone. So that was very helpful. One thing I will say, I agree with everything said. I am not a tea drinker, so, for me personally, I didn't know how I like it. Well, I like one better than the other. I won't drink any of those teas you compared to. but I would drink this because it's good for me and it has some things that I know are good for me, so I will drink it. First impressions are really, really important. When you all first came out and came through here, eye contact when you shake my hand and nice firm, I take that as first impression is everything. So going into it for me, it was like, oh, I don't know about this one. But you guys, everything was good. We got to sample it. You talked about ingredients. They're all natural compared to some of the others. I like how you went through the prototype and what worked and what didn't work, and you really had good examples of that. So by the end, you answered a lot of my questions. It was like, okay, this is good. But just know that we are judging, unfortunately, we are judging from the very first time you come out. So having to overcome my first impression is important, but you guys came out and finished strong, so congratulations.
I love you guys' brand story in terms of like, we actually did get a lot of feedback and it felt very real about how you guys pivoted in like your ingredients. It shows a lot of commitment. And I also just like how you guys started it. It's just like, this is probably immediate solution, and then immediately handing out the samples for us to try. Great, by the way, I love this one.
Another thing too is be aware of the presentation behind you. So to stay out of that so we can actually see the numbers as you're presenting.
For me, did you guys show off how much you've made so far off these? I know Produces bought some.
We didn't have a statistic on here, but we know that we made $320 from it, like all of like our sales since we started so far.
That would be super strong to put into the presentation because that shows that you are making money off of it and people are fully willing to buy, and the statistics will help you get investors for it. So that's something to note. That's something to note in the presentation. Otherwise, you guys spoke well. I was able to hear all of you. And then again, it was kind of hard to see some of those screens because you guys were just a little too close to the in front of the screen. So.
Really quick, back on the branding, I love how you guys in the is it the 3-year plan where you at the end there's like where you guys want to distribute? No, that one. Yeah, that one. Yes, this was so good. I feel like it really paints a picture of where you guys are seeing yourself in the future. Not just like, I don't know, made me excited for you guys to like actually be able to see you guys in stores one day. That's awesome, Brandon.
That was another thing, is I love that you guys have your logos on the bottles. Nice little touch that adds that you guys are showing that you can bring something out.
I can see this on the social.
Thank you.
One thing I just want to say is great job at working as a team and being prepared, and you guys seem like you guys really care about this and love working with each other. Sometimes working with multiple people kind of doesn't run as smoothly as you guys made it run. So I just want to say great job at doing that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Great presentation. I love the visuals. I think it fits your brand, right? So it's very thoughtful. It was not too many words, so it looked beautiful. I think you guys spoke really well. I just kind of add to what other people were saying already. Of course, I love that you have the samples. One question I had, I personally had it. I don't even remember how you guys pronounced it. What's the secret ingredient? Ashwagandha. All right. So I think that is really great, and I think you were saying it when you guys pitched and said, hey, it's how some people drink energy drinks to go through the day, and you said, hey, we relax you to make it do that. I really like that because that feels much more healthier a way of getting through the day than getting all energized up and stuff. So that's one thing that I liked about you guys' story as part of the whole pitch. kind of, hey, who is this for? If anything, and I'm trying to find things to give you suggestions on, so I think you guys did really well. Your typical person there, right, Juan Hernandez, to me that didn't really resonate that much. Because, I said, okay, well, Juan is a cashier, okay. That like, just me personally, like, yeah, I don't. But when you said more about, hey, maybe make it more about somebody that's sometimes stressed, but now they're relaxed. Like, I like that line, right? And somehow, I don't know, the fact that it was this Juan Hernandez, just kind of, I don't know, I think there's a different maybe way of presenting it, right? Maybe, or maybe contrasting it with who is it not, right? It's not the person who's doing some monster or venom, right? Maybe it could be Matt, could be your anti-persona, right? But long story short, like to me, like for example, I could when I heard you say, "Oh, I know that, I love it," right? So me, the ideal persona was more like a female in the 2040s, right? Maybe a mom, that she has all this stress, right? So that's kind of who I thought of. But anyways, in terms of the distribution, I've seen this box and I was thinking, how there's these grocery boxes that people have, these subscriptions, right? And maybe there could be a way for you guys to add your thing to some of these packages, right? Where right? Because they always like having new things, and they could say, hey, this month you're gonna get, the Herbal, the Harmony Herbal, yeah, right? So, anyways, long story short, I think that I love you guys' story. I love that you have the Harmony angle. Oh, one thing about the ashwagandha. Me as being a professor at university, I like data, I like facts, right? So I kind of trust you guys that this relieves stress, right? And you mentioned it, hey, you mentioned some facts. And maybe having a slide in there, if you had like a study that would support this, right? Hey, that it actually works, then I think that would be a plus, right? For example, there's many studies like Home Wonderful. They actually commission studies to show that pomegranate juice is healthy in XYZ reasons, right? Pistachio people do that, right? The wine industry does that, right? So, long story short, that might be a little thing that you guys could add to give some more credibility. But you guys did really well.
Thank you.
Herbal, thank you for your time.